Hello, everyone. It's Wednesday night. What a better time to do some streaming? I know it's impromptu. I had nothing better to do. I had time to kill. And I happen to have an UnAmiga sitting here, and I figured, let's try some more experimentation here. Try some more games. Let's mix it up. Let's get into trouble. Get into trouble we shall. We'll just play random stuff here. We'll just try some different stuff out. Got a couple cold ones here. Got my trusty UnAmiga right here. If you've seen my video, you know the one. And we're just going to flip through the list here and try some different games for fun. Hopefully the stream will hold up. It's early in the evening, but I'm hoping we get a break. So we're just going to try some generic stuff here. See here, just for fun. Let's try skid marks. How about that? Always thought that was a neat. That one will work. Works. If it does work, if it plays well. AGA. Let's try that one. We're gonna go with the generic systems. Hey Fred. Hey, what's going on, guys? UnAmiga, correct. I'm just trying out my new toy. Gosh, if you guys do not know what this thing is, Fred, it's a FPGA rendition of an Amiga 1200, clocked at 25 megahertz. If you can believe that. Right past that. Ignore those phone numbers. I've got this thing here. The gimmick is that it fits in an Amiga 500 case. If you can believe that. If I kind of turn this, I don't know if you can see it or not. There it is, right there. This thing right here is an Amiga 500 case with the FPGA board in it. That's what we're using tonight. And we're just trying some games here to see which ones work. And we've had some that don't work and some that do. So we wanted to give it a go. There'll be a few screen adjustments along the way, as to be expected. We'll just make an adjustment here. There we go. That looks nice. We'll give this a shot. Plus, this will probably be the last time we do anything before the Amigathon. I wanted to get on here and talk about the upcoming Amigathon. It is coming up this Saturday, July 18th. For you in America or in North America, this is a 8 a.m. start time. It'll run 8 to 8, and it will be myself, Amigo Aaron, and John, both of Carshaller, who will be hosting the festivities. We'll run, I think we're scheduled to run 3 hours from 8 to 11, I believe, or maybe 12, and then we'll be turning over the reins to some of our good friends. Neil, aka Neil from the Retro Man Cave, is going to host a couple hours, and then our good buddy from the Guru Meditation, Amiga Bill, will be stepping in as well to host a little bit. So it should be a good time. Hey, Curtis. I haven't played this for a long time. Man, this looks and runs great. Now this FPGA is clocked at 25 megahertz, but the word on the street, and from what I've seen in terms of measuring the speed, this thing is running around 30, closer to 30 than 25. And so what that gets you is, of course, the Amiga 1200 clocks at, I believe it's 20 out of the box, and so you're buying yourself, what is that, 30% speed increase, if you will. And of course, this is FPGA, so it falls somewhere in that hazy area between emulation and real thing. And of course, your mileage may vary, your opinion. And I like I've mentioned before, I've sort of changed my mind a few times on it, but it plays great. What, skid marks? Yeah, Curtis, I guess so. Hey, thanks, man. It's all meat all the time, my friend. Although, that's not true. Pineapple, I like. well. That's mighty nice of you. I've seen it run okay. All things considered. So it's going to be a bang operation. I'm just going to pick some stuff. If you guys want to see any games, even if you guys aren't really Amiga guys, you're just kicking in. If you want to just see some kind of random old game, I'm more than willing to try anything. I know I had a couple people suggest a few that I wanted to try, and we'll try out some different stuff here tonight. Let's try. See here. This was quite a game. I may need to play this with the mouse, but I don't remember. It's a racing title. We covered this a long time ago. Called Vroom. Oh yes, that looks nice. The UnAmiga outputs with a VGA cable, and you can switch between 15 and 31 megahertz. I have never ever seen 31 megahertz do anything, so your mileage may vary on that. My monitor is a standard VGA monitor. I'm going to turn away to play this. I'm not ignoring you. Oh my! Now this we've run into some difficulty, haven't we? Right away in this one, we've got graphical issues. So that's okay because that's what we're here for. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna exit out of this, and we're going to go to the menu here, and we're gonna change the chipset here. I've seen this work a lot. We're gonna go with ECS, and the good thing about the UnAmiga is you can change this stuff on the fly. Yeah, we'll try Top Banana. I'm feeling froggy. Gonna make me suffer, but that's okay. So get back into this real quick. This is the front end that came with it that I've heavily modified, and I really enjoy this front end. Actually, it's quite good. Okay, so see if this will do the job. This is remember we've changed the okay. Knights. Is that the full title, Fred? Go try this once again. Gonna give this a quick shot. Knights. Okay. Yeah, that's next on the docket then. This comes up. I want to see what this does, and then they've already released the second wave of these, and they've already sold them out. The fellow that does this is named Edu, a Spanish gentleman. I think this is still loading. Give it a second here. There we go. Okay, so let's do the exact same thing we did last time. We're going to hit start. We're going to see if we get the same result. Anyway, they've just sold out a second. I guess this was technically the third batch. Ah, now look at that. As I suspected. Working. I can't get out. There we go. Oh. Remember, this game was hard to control. Ready to start the game. Well, good enough for me. Let's try Knights. Anyway, there you go. There's one for your to write down. That one requires the ECS. We're going to go back to the AGA as that's the default. Anyway, they've sold out a complete batch of these. This is the third batch. So there should be 4 people owning these in the future. I'd say right now on the planet Earth, there are probably less than 50 of these. Probably less than 40. I don't know how many were in the first batch, but I'm guessing it wasn't too many. So, Knights. Okay. Give it a whirl here. Now, I have 2 simulated hard drives, or hard drive files, and I've got everything that WHD had to offer. Okay. We've got Night Force, Nightmare, Knights of Crystallion, and Knights of the Sky. Are any of those the game you're talking about? because it may not be available as a WHD load, which would be disappointing. Now, the one thing this does give you is the ability to also run a disk, simulated disk. And while he's looking here, I'm going to just kick something else off real quick. You know, speaking of kicking something off, try to kick off two, a perennial favorite. Oh man, Curtis, that sounds awesome, dude. He tried to kill us. Don't create depth. I didn't get a chance to do that, so I guess it's probably going to try to create it. This is from the great Dino Dini, who is the soccer master. But I think these are a nice, cheap way to have yourself an Amiga. And I will say, they don't have to be put in an Amiga case. See here. There we go. And I don't know what that is, so we'll go with that. I don't watch much soccer. Or joystick 2, I think. Find out, shall we? Okay. See if we see any graphical issues. All right, we were. Oh, not good. Okay. Oops. This seems to be working okay, though. I think we can cross this one off the list. Okay, we'll try Lamatron then. Fred, since you're the main man in here. Let me see if I've got a escape key here. Most of these games can escape, some can't. Okay. You know, it's funny, I just played Lamatron the other night, but I can't remember if I played it on here or not. That's right, I had to look to see how to spell it, alright? We'll try the 1 meg version. The Jeff Minter joint. Mad, insane genius. No time for that. The obvious, let's say, a very loving tribute to a Robotron with some wacky added bonuses. This is a real good rendition, I want to say, with plenty of the Jeff Minter wackiness pitched in for good measure. I liked his choice of having auto fire on here because, of course, this was a dual joystick game back in the day. Yeah, he did a good job on this one, Curtis, in turn with the sound. Oh, yeah, can't pick that up. This was a pretty unusual arcade game, so this version is particularly goofy. What exactly? A lot of weirdness going on. It seems to be playing quite nicely, though. I'm pretty pleased with that. There we go. I wonder if he had actually tried to make a faithful version of this. Because one thing about this game, I mean, it's a good game. It's just really stupid. And I love wacky stupidity, but I don't necessarily need it here. You know? Yeah, good question. I don't know. Like, this is where the game steps up significantly. I'm not even seeing this stuff coming. Irritating. So much going on. Look at this, and that thing's so fast. So weird. All right, finally. Jeez, that level was brutal. Oh, son of a gun. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. I think you could even play this with two. I think he built in 2 stick support on this. What a noise that makes. Thank you, Jeff, for the. What the heck that was. Let's see if we can find anything else here. Let's try the ends. And let's see what we've got here. Oh, man. We get stuff here. See how many of these things me and Bo have played over the years. Cans of kickboxing. Try that. I love this game. Curtis, are you working tonight, my friend? Not to incriminate you on the job. Just to wait. There it goes. See, I like Boxer A. We'll take on this loser here. Beat him. This game was way ahead of its time, control-wise. Not the usual. Kickboxing was sort of an up-and-coming sport that sort of got derailed. That's what I was going to do, you punk. Sort of got derailed by MMA. I mean, K1 from Japan still has a following, and in Europe, kickboxing is still a pretty big deal. But in terms of the States, it hasn't been as. There it is. It never really caught back on. I did play Crystal City yesterday, Curtis. In fact, I played it a bunch of times. That's one of the reasons I didn't get as much done as I wanted. But I tried your technique, and it did help. But I still suck. But I will be. The highest score I've got is somewhere in the 2000s, which I know is not going to hold up against the Barracudas and Sharks in that group. All right, one shot should do it. Die. And this guy won't stay down. Get off me. Oh, you kidding me? Oh, I can't believe he made it to the round. Gotta put this guy out of my misery here. This is running great, by the way. Very snappy. One thing I've noticed about the UnAmiga is that of course, I have an actual 1200 here, and which is my baby. Goodbye. And this runs much better, and I have an unmodified 1200. It's got extra memory, but otherwise it's the stock 500 or 1200. And I noticed that this thing runs quite a bit snappier than I'm used to, which is a good thing. It's a real good thing. I like having the extra oomph. Nice. If we can get out of here. Beautiful. Try something else. That worked great. Yeah. I think it's 23, and it's not it's not even I've had a rough go of it this week. I will say, I noticed something, Curtis, that when I play that on my emulated computer, it does the exact same thing it does on my Coco 3. You get that kind of smearing at the bottom. Let's try, oh boy, what is that really good tennis game? World something? Always put it up. World soccer, rugby. Get here. But while we're here, let's try winter. Oh, Wings of Death. That's pretty good. Let's try winter games. Oldie but a goodie. Hey, Wishbone, what's going on, man? I'm not. Probably none of those things. Look at that. It's a cool screen. I've got so many consoles and stuff sitting around that I almost feel like an idiot. The kid's got a Switch. You know. Look at that. That's cool. I don't remember that from when me and Boat played this. That looks great. Look at that. Release the doves. I always thought these games were just the best, y'all. The summer and winter games, they were so good. I mean, I know they're not the best games. They're so much fun. There's just something about them that I just thought was great. You know, and I like they have panache. You know, they've got a they've got a lot of they're a lot of fun. You know, they just look good. Let's just compete one event here. Good old US of A. Here we go. If he wanted one, you know, he only. I was talking to him about this today. It's funny you should mention this, Bone. I was like, listen, I haven't seen you play your Switch for a while because you know how the Joy-Cons get screwed up. Well, guess what? His got screwed up. You know, and so I'm looking to get a new Joy-Con. Well, it's been tough to get around because of the virus. But the ski jump. But he hasn't been playing it. I got him a proper joystick for it, and I'm like, what do you do? Just play. Why don't you play this anymore? Well, he beat the Pokemon game. He beat the DLC in a day that just came out. I was sick to my stomach over that. And so he's just basically waiting until the next Pokemon comes out. By the way, the DLC getting beat in a day. Oh! Yeah, that was the Amiga's fault. Is the Pro bigger? Like a bigger screen? Oh, come on. This is it, fellas. I can't help but repeatedly think of the Agony Defeat guy. There it is. Yeah. I like that. I knew we'd take home the gold in ski jumping. Alright, that seems to be working okay. Got something else here. They've got for offer in the J category. On Jungle Strike, it's a great one. Oh. Let's try. Oh man, I know. Try some John Madden football. I like the intro, so we'll keep that in. That's cool. Got some awesome tunes. Bone, do you have any of the big systems? I mean, the new powerful ones. And are you planning on getting the PS5? Oh yeah, you're a young man. Listen to that. Funky. This is before EA had completely became jerks. Listen how funky that bass is. Yeah. Bum, bum. Here's the TV.
Hi, folks. Welcome to John Madden Football. Get ready for some real hard-hitting action.
I just love it. Now, this is one game that's, I believe it actually will tell you you've got more memory. Of course, there at the nondescript team picture. Why does the color matter to you, Bone? Just because black's cooler looking? I always wondered about that. Because I've never given a crap about the color of nothing. I mean, I'll admit I've got a black Amiga 1200, but it was gifted to me. There it is.
Extra memory.
You've got it. We've used it. I always thought that was cool. You know, the funny thing about this game is it doesn't have every team. I always thought that was odd. See here. Like, there's no Cowboys team in here, for example. What? Well, I guess I'll play the nearest team. Not Pittsburgh. It's the lowly Cincinnati Bengals. But we'll play Pittsburgh. They are. Let's see here. Let's make the weather kind of crummy. Oh, we're in a dome. Neither one of these teams can afford a dome with their fan support. Well, the Steelers probably could. Okay. Go with quarter time. I'm only going to play a quarter. Hopefully this will work. Ah, I see. Now, see, that is a perfectly reasonable response, Bone. That is very clever. You don't want something sticking out like that. I can understand that. Look at that field. My God. The floor is lava. I'm kicking. Looks like I'm playing Pittsburgh. Okay, fair enough. Running at breakneck speed on the field. Let's see here. And of course, this was made for the Genesis, since the Amiga doesn't have it doesn't have the right amount of buttons. We will try. I think I know what I'm doing here. I used to play this a lot, but it's been a long time. My team sort of looks like the Mountaineers. There we go. Look at that. Haha. First down. Okay, let's try this. Let's try. Oh, well, okay. Hey. Halfback toss. Left. I think. Yeah. Nope. Gain a few yards. Okay. No. Okay, I don't know what I picked. We'll just see. No one talks much about the original John Madden's, the first couple. Yeah, because they've bloated the series so much. This is back when the Genesis ruled all sports. Wow, that was an ill-advised pass. All right, on that one, a winner. I like that though. That was okay. Let's try something a little faster. Played the craziest game the other day. Like roller. Rock and roll. It's this one. I think. Oh, the roller dies on Roller Coaster Rumbler. This might be it. Yeah, this is it. I've never heard of this game, but I just came across it. This is a game that combines people's love of riding dangerous roller coasters with shooting and the possibility of dying. No, no. Not 100% sure how you play it, but look at this. This is a perfect test for the UnAmiga right here. I'm surprised no one's ever told me about this game. Look at this. That right there is the way you ride a roller coaster. I believe it's a mouse game, yeah. I'm trying to shoot this stuff. I don't know if it hurts me or I'm not 100% sure. Right now we haven't started going fast yet because it's a roller coaster, you know? It takes up some time. Oh. Yep, that was, I couldn't get to that one. Yeah. Look at the ending of this. It's a roller coaster in the middle of the desert with a dinosaur around. What is this? I'm going to try that again. A spacebar doesn't work. So, stuck doing that. I'm going to try that one more time. I'd wonder if two players let you play simultaneous. I'm going to, just for fun, I'm going to put it on two players just to see what it looks like when it comes up. It may be one person firing one way and one person firing the other. Or it may just be hot seat. It probably looks like it's just hot seat. I love the look on your face. That's the best. I'm not 100% sure. I just assume I think you're just supposed to shoot everything. What would be really fun, a game like this, is if your opponent could actually make the roller coaster. Oh no, look at this. If you can run out of ammo. I don't know if I'm supposed to be shooting everything. I don't know if I'm collecting things. I have no idea. If I can get further than I did last time. Nope. I'm going to look into that one. That's too wacky. I like it though. I like it though. You know, let's see. You know, since Curtis is in here, let's play something you could also play on the Coco. There's not a ton of them. In this cup. Maybe that's it. Anyway, let's try here. It may not be here. Yep, nope, there it is. Time Bandit. Our good buddies at Micro Deal. Making the jump over to the 16 bits here. Press F1, 1. Ah, there you go. Oh man, this is running at warp speed. So this one definitely needs to be toned down. But I think we can do it actually. We covered this on I believe it was ARG. I know we covered the Coco version, but I think we covered the Amiga version, I think. I'm going to slow this down. See if we can make it playable. So, let's see here. Let's go to 6800. We'll go with a go with the ECS. We'll be okay there. Try it again. I do like that aspect of it. Yeah, it's got more levels, Curtis. I know that. Hopefully, it retained my other hard drive here. It did. But I love this. The front end is great to get around quickly. I will say that I did a great job. Try this again. Yeah, I've actually played that, man. We did it. I played it when me and Britt were doing doing an episode on the Dick Smith System 80. It was one of the games I tried out on there. Yeah, this is a lot better, y'all. Okay. So we've proven that you can slow this stuff down. This has a much different feel to it than the Coco version. I can tell you that. It's obviously more vast. Coco version was a lot more straightforward. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Games like this are sort of a real throwback. Well, I mean, it's not a throwback, it's an old game. But I mean, this is the kind of game you would see a lot. Maze games that involve shooting, a lot of creatures and stuff. Suddenly I can't move. Why? Oh no, my joystick has died. I would explain why. Well, let me plug it into the USB port here and see if I can keep going. That was a weird feeling. Plug this in while I still play. Find out. All right, yeah, that worked. Funny, I stood there all that time and I didn't die. This also follows the old tradition of naming your areas, which I always thought was get the key, which I don't have. I haven't even seen the key. Now you would think that, of course, now this game was released the year the Amiga came out, so I mean it is an old game. I guess they were still understanding trying to harness the potential of the system, but this was a far cry from what you would end up expecting on the Amiga. It's hard to believe this is the same machine that would run stuff like Shadow of the Beast and Wing Command. Running a game like this, it's one of the things that make the Amiga such a unique system. There's such a wide space between them. Oh, I died. Okay, that worked. Pretty cool though. Just to go back and try it. Let the Amiga back up. I'm just going to load my default settings. There we go. Settings automatically start. Pretty good luck tonight. Try that tennis game. I'm trying to remember the name. We see that picking the wrong one. This game used to run in black and white for me when I had the 1000, so it's my favorite tennis game. So, but it used to drive me nuts. It is. Parties to find a tennis game. Pro Tennis Tour might be it. Try that one. With the Pro Tennis Tour, yeah, let's try the big dog. Well, no, we went to 2. Hey, Asifa. Good evening here, my friend. It is late. Great Courts 2. That's what it was. Ah, look at that. This is one of the rare occasions where I get to see the bottom of the screen for this game. I cannot tell you how often I've played this game and not been able to see the bottom of the screen. That's funny. Now this game, like I said, when I originally played this game on my Amiga, it was in black and white. This is where you pick your court. I guess this is where I guess I started the game. I didn't know I did. Put on automatic or something. Back out of here. Put out what I want. Make your own guys on this, which I always thought that was kind of neat. This menu doesn't feel the same way as I remember it. Okay, here we go. That. Yes, this is what I remember. Yes, that. And you could actually go through here and you can edit your points. And then once you do it, you can save your game. Now, but that was cool. I mean, this is a pretty, as far as I'm concerned, this was like your #1 tennis game on the Amiga. It's funny, we've tried to cover this a couple times. Boat picked it one time for us to cover, and we picked the wrong game. So we ended up picking a horrible game. I didn't save that guy like an idiot, but that's what it goes. So go ahead and try to get a game one. Maybe I might keep double clicking on that. I don't know where the computer's controlling where my guy goes, which I hate. But we'll get some in here. Look at that. That's a nice option, by the way. I always like that. Thanks, Asifa. It's just nice if you don't feel like running around. You just want to hit the ball. You do lobs, do short stuff. That's a drop. Oh, always do that. I only want a point. Oh, an ace. You know, a lot of people find it stunning to believe, but it's true. I had a couple letters in high school, and one of them was on tennis. I was on the tennis team for a year back in the day. I was, probably think to yourself, man, oh, big old Aaron must have really let himself go. No, I'd let myself go then. I was the biggest, fattest tennis player you've ever seen. And to compete, I had to literally sacrifice my body. If you're into wrestling, I was like the Mick Foley of tennis. I would have to the things I had to do to myself to be competitive were unbelievable. And I was the most scarred up sucker you ever saw on the tennis courts, and bleeding. I would rip holes in my shorts all the time from diving and stuff. I was quite the fool. And I was also the master of the ambidextrous shot, because to get to the long stuff, I'd have to throw my racket into my other hand, which I did quite often. I did have an unhittable drop shot that I used, and I loved. And I actually, I wasn't even near the top of the tennis players on the team, but I've beaten some of the best tennis players around at the time, because I was a real bizarre opponent that people had trouble with. For whatever reason, I think because of my antics, and they were ludicrous. If there'd been a camera around back in those days, that would have been footage that would have followed me to my grave. Because I mean, it was insane the amount of stuff I used to just go out there and just kill myself. And then of course, I didn't play tennis for a decade. And me and my buddy, who was also on the tennis team in his school, went out to a park to play one day. And we hit the ball around about 3 times, and we put our tennis rackets away. And it's the last time I ever went because we were both humiliated at how horrible we were. It's one of those things, you either have it or you lose it. I actually took tennis lessons. Something else people don't believe. It's true. Even I have trouble believing that, and I was there. But I did play a lot of tennis back in the day. We used to play all the time. I played all my friends and all the competitive tennis players around I used to play. So I guess that was my sport. A cricket guy. See, now, I don't have to tell you, Hasifa, that our exposure here to cricket is at a minimum. But having played a cricket game on the I think it was the Spectrum, we played that cricket game on. I thought it was interesting, you know. Yeah, I played baseball too. I should mention, and I did karate. I mean, it wasn't like I was a slug. I did stuff, but tennis was the least likely that you would think I would be any good at. Everything else, like I was a pretty decent ball player. I was a real consistent hitter. I wasn't a power hitter, but I was very consistent in getting a base. I would not steal you a base. I'd steal your sandwich, but not a base. But never was an all-star or anything. Just about, I was okay. And then jiu-jitsu or karate, I won a few trophies for fighting. But it was, didn't like our dojo all that much. I just got out of it. Now my son, who I'm sure you are sick of hearing about, but he does jiu-jitsu. He does Helson Gracie jiu-jitsu, the master, the big man. And I'm proud as punch as him. And if they'd had this back when I was a kid, I'd have been all over it. Just getting here. All right. That looks good. I'm pleased with that. I'm taking mental notes on this stuff so I can come back and play it later. Asifa, you got anything you want to see on the UnAmiga, my friend? I am taking all requests. And there aren't too many people in here, so your request will be pushed to the front of the room. Try Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. I love this game. Rick Dangerous 2. That's next on the docket. Let's see here. We don't need any of this crap. Go for it. Give me the killing. This is a game I think me and Brent owned one of these. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, the board. I can't say for sure. But we did play this a lot. This game was when I went to college at Marshall University, this game was in the Student Center. I distinctly remember the games they had there were, for the longest time, were this, which, again, this is Dragon Ninja Bad Dudes in the States, or Tetris, your traditional Tetris game. And they had a jukebox and they had a pool table. And I remember playing Pat Benatar on that freaking jukebox. She had a song called All Fired Up. I thought it was a really good song. I don't think it was a huge hit for her. It's one of the last hits I remember her having. What size image am I running? Can you be more specific as to, oh, hey, Brock, I just noticed it was you. What size image of what exactly? Like on the screen? Or what size image is the hard drive? This is outputting a, believe, it's a good question as to what the resolution is of this. I'm not 100% sure, I'd be honest with you. I never really bothered to look. I can tell you here in a second. I think it's real funky. I will say that. The hard drive. These are 2 hard drive files. Each of these is a 4 gig file, which is the limit. And so what I did was, I've noticed that the UnAmiga is a little peculiar with what you use as your HDFs, especially the second image. And so what I did was, our good buddy Rushi happens to have one of these. you can believe it. He has one of the, gosh, how do I pick that up? Oh, you sucker. Watch me, I'll figure it out here in a second. Anyway, he has an Amiga, and so he made me a file to use. Well, he had everything split up real nicely, but for me, I wanted to have everything on there, and so I could get his file to work. And so what I did was I used his file, turn off, and I used his file to just put the second half of the images on. And this runs really fast, y'all. There you go. I'm bad. Yeah, of course you can slow this down. Which we did we did it a little bit ago. So thankfully, let me see how do you pick things up? I can't remember. Here it is. These are the ones you want. Anyway, so I've got two 4 gig files, and I've split the HDFs between the two, so two 4 gigs. Now the funny thing is, this is a 32 gig SD card, and so what I did was I put backups. I've noticed I've already I've had one of my hard drive files get corrupted. It's funny. I think when I was playing, I was trying to load up. Come on, jump! I always hated this on the Amiga when you're trying to jump right. Anyway, so I've kept a lot of backups of it, and I've backed it up after I've already scanned it and stuff. So if I have any more corruptions, I can just copy it back over. Something tells me when everyone gets their UnAmigas here in a few months, I'll be getting a lot of requests to send files, which that's cool. I also updated with the latest. Thanks to Rushi, he hooked me up with the latest WHD setup, and I put the newest WHD loader on there. And so it's totally jacked up, and you can fill, like I said, you can fill it up with ADFs too. So there's plenty of space there. So I've got just an unfiltered load of garbage, ADFs, just like a million of them. Oh man. Let's try Rick Dangerous 2, since you mentioned that one. I used WinUAE to and in conjunction with Amiga Forever to actually set up the files, in case you were wondering. Hey, so Brock, have you ran a lot of Amiga on your Mister? Because I'd be interested in comparing notes with you on some stuff. I wonder what Rick Dangerous 2.5 is. We'll try this one. So I can't get Pinball Illusions to run off disk or a hard drive file or anything. WHD. I would love to know if you could get to run on yours. It starts to run and it instantly crashes on mine. To hear it. I don't think I've played the second one of these. Aren't these mega hard, as I recall? All right, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was cool. What an effect. Okay. Dadgummit. Yeah. I do vaguely recall playing this. Oh, it's super tough. So, I remember someone saying this was like Dragon's Lair, and I absolutely can see why. You die a lot. Oh yeah, I do remember this. I must have played this on a stream at one point. I absolutely remember this. Oh! Yeah, I don't know if you noticed this, Sifa, but remembering things is not necessarily my forte. Try it again. Try the atomic mud mines. Holy moly! Okay. You can't jump and shoot. Okay. Can't jump over. That guy, I don't know how we're going to get him. Because that's part of the puzzle. Jeez. So we can kick him. Oh, okay. Grenades, eh? That does help. Oh, right into the slime. Oh, son of a gun. Well. My God, how do you get past that? That. I mean, the designer of this is a real jerk. I'm sure he's very pleased with himself, too. Oh, I see there's a button here. Oh my gosh, I gotta fall on that. Oh Lord. Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Oh crap. I had the right idea though. It gets worse. Oh jeez. I like that though. That might... What a game. Got time for one more if anybody wants to see anything else here. Last call for alcohol. What can we run that would really test this thing? I don't think what I've seen over the... Here someone's done one of these. Oh boy. You saw ARG last week. I played that. It's quite a game. It made me want to wear a cape. Here, Alien Breed. Oh, Shuffle Puck Cafe. Let's do Alien Breed. So I don't have to use the mouse. Let's try that one. Alien Breed 3D. Okay, yeah, that's what we want. Want the Alien Breed 3D CD32. This has got to be the most complex one. Okay, Brock, great. I'm glad. Thank you very much, dude, for doing that. So I can't get that to run on this on Amiga under any circumstances. I've tried the disc. I've tried every conceivable setting. Do you just right off the top of your head? Do you know what you had your set up as when you tried it just now? Like what the processor and whatnot? Maybe it's a kickstart thing. I don't know. Control options. I don't think I've ever played this either. Gosh, I'm not gonna go full with this. Play game. Going into a new resolution here, clearly. Holy mackerel. That is This was the Age of Doom, no doubt. An unapologetic Doom, too. Do we know how we press buttons? Hopefully it's not spacebar. It's gonna be a short game. um. Well, the software should be identical to any Amiga. Okay. I bet I need spacebar to get in these places, and I don't have a working. Probably bug. I will say though, this seems to be working fine. Things considered. So the software, like I was telling them earlier, and I don't know if you've seen this. You get the following options. You can put ADFs in these drives. Of course, you've got 2 hard disk files, which I've got 2 of them in there. You've also got the ability to use the 68,000, 6810. Who would use it? I had a machine with a 6810, believe it or not, and it wasn't that good. It made little difference, and it was also sort of made some incompatibility issues happen. Then you've got Power NTSC, and you've got ACA, AGA, OCS A500, OCS A1000, ECS. So you've got those options, and then you've also got memory options, chip memory all the way from half to 2, and slow memory and fast memory all the way up to from none to that. Now you've got I've never changed the kickstart, and I haven't added any kickstarts. So you're going with AGA 2 chip 8 fast. Okay, I'm going to try it right now. So AGA 2 and then 8 fast. See, we can't do 8, and the most they'll let me do is 4. That's kind of weird. Do 4. I wonder what AR3 is, guys. Anybody want to speculate on AR3? Don't know what that is. Let's try it with that on. I've never turned it on, so maybe that'll make a difference. So we can only go up to 2 megs of fast and 2 megs of chip. That should still be enough to do it. See what happens. Sorry about that playing of that. I need to get my spacebar fixed. I need to take this keyboard out and see what I can do to it. Again, this is the UnAmiga that's in a not very good case, because that's why I bought it. So, hoisted a mon petard, as they say. All right. Just for fun, before I go, let's give this a whirl. I have Tinmark brought this to my attention, and I went to I. Dumbness, no doubt. Yeah. So we're just going to go with Pinball Illusions AGA. Up. Don't have the memory to do it. That sucks. I think you may be right, man, about that. Action replay. It didn't occur to me, to be completely honest with you. I wonder what these kickstarts. I wonder what that is. HR heart monitor. That must be that thing that tells you, is it like gives you some kind of you can't boot. I don't even know what that you could do with that. The AROS. I've never used it. Anybody want to fill me in? What is that? AROS. I know one of you fellas would know. Bo plays the crap out of that thing, Bone. And my brother plays it too. You're scared to go out in space. Me too. If I was driving the spaceship, I wouldn't want to. I'm going to try this other Kickstarter. I know someone's screaming like you're an idiot, and I admit that, but I don't know what it is. So I figured I'll try it. I haven't tried swapping the Kickstarts out, but one would assume that the Kickstart would not be the issue for Pinball Illusions running off of a that's sort of what I expected to happen. What we're going to do is just hit the old Butterino here. Reload this sucker. That's probably a good place to call it, I think. There you go. That's what I thought it was. The old open source. That thing's, you can't get that to anything. Well, thanks y'all for popping in. Just to that's what's in there. So that's what I've tried. So anywho, we will I know. We'll put it to bed, fellas. Hey, please stop by and see us on Saturday, July 18th for the Amigathon. It should be a fun time, and we're looking forward to it. 12 hours of Amiga action, nonstop. So, and you can be darn sure that Boat's going to be playing Addams Family in there. There's no doubt about that. Thanks, Brock, man. I appreciate that. I'll get back to you, man. All right, boys. Have a good night. Adios, muchachos.